I recently got in another palette from Revolution Beauty, aka Makeup Revolution London, and this one is the Emily Edit The Wants palette, and it looks like this here. It's like a little pink packaging. The actual packaging that it came in looks just like this here. Comes with a super huge mirror, and these are the shades in the palette. Honestly, it looks like a really good fall palette, to be perfectly honest. There are purples, there are dark greens, there are burgundies, a lot of neutral shades, reddish brick shades, all that goodness are in that palette. I'm going to definitely try and do a quick look for you guys, see how some of these shadows blend. I am going to link down below the cost of this palette, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be a really decent price for it, because Revolution Beauty is mainly like kind of like a drugstore product. The prices are very cheap in my opinion. I think one of their palettes that kind of remind you of the Too Faced chocolate series palettes, I think they're about $12 or $13. So this is probably around that same cost. Not for sure, but I will leave that in the video somewhere. So all of the shades have a name, and so I'm just not going to like keep posting the picture or the actual packaging up in the video. I'm just going to tell you the name of all of them. So yeah, the first color I think I'm going to take, and I think I'm just gonna go with the theme of my background, which tends to be, you know, a nice route to go. I'm taking the color Laugh Cry, and I am packing that on into my little transition area up above where my eye naturally creases at. But it's definitely right kind of on my brow bone. And then I'm going to blend that out. But I'm definitely going to make sure I go back in there and kind of build up that color. It's definitely going on pretty smooth, I will say. And there is a little bit of kickback in the actual palette, but nothing like pictures I've seen of the Norvina palette or the Jaclyn Hill palette or anything like that. Yeah, that was shade. I'm gonna stop. So shady, so shady. But Love Tons is a fuchsia-like shade. I'm going to take that into my crease area. I'm gonna pack it on first and then blend it out. I'm going a little bit lower than that first shade. I'm gonna take a little bit of a more compact brush, because that really wasn't picking it up like I'm talking about. Yeah, that's better. And then I'm going to blend that out. And another reason why I did pick up another brush is to definitely make sure that, you know, there's actual payoff from the color, and it is. I'm gonna take that first brush I had and kind of blend out the edges. Take a little bit more of the Laugh Cry color. I'm just making sure that it's nice and smooth, and you don't see like any harsh lines or anything. Color called Phi, spelled P-I-P-H-I, but I can tell there's an actual space in between those two. And again, I am packing the color on first. and then I'm going to blend it out. I'm definitely going higher than I normally go because I'm definitely liking, I've been saying definitely a lot, because I'm really liking the way that it looks with me going a little bit higher with my crease colors. So if you see a difference in my eyes, that is what I'm doing. I'm going a little bit higher than what I normally do. Okay, so this purple shade that I'm using right now, it isn't as pigmented as I want it to be, or what it looks like in the palette itself. I think it could definitely be a little bit more pigmented, but it's not bad. Like, it's not really bad. It looks basically like an eggplant shade, and it's not quite eggplant on me right now, but it could definitely be a little bit more pigmented. Let me see. I really don't want to do a cut crease. Just kind of freaking tired of cut creases, you guys. Tired of cut creases, but so many people love them. So many people love them. So let me see what kind of brush I can use. I'm going to take, I think I'm gonna take Heartbeat first, which is like a ruby-ish type of shade. Ooh. Yeah, that's perfect. That's absolutely perfect. I'm gonna pack that onto my lid. Just pack it on dry first, and it's really like very pigmented. It's actually a little bit more pigmented than I thought it was gonna be, because straight in the palette is not as bright as it's going on, so I should say it like that. And just blend that into that deep purple shade. To add a little bit of definition to my outer corner, I'm going to take Noir by Anastasia and pack that in the outer corner. And I'm going to also bring it down to my lash line. Go back in with that purple shade and kind of blend out that black. Totally looking at the palette a little bit wrong. The actual color that's in the very corner next to the green shade is called Dark and Early. From a distance, it looks pretty much green, but it's like a charcoal black grayish shade. It's not the blackest of the black I've seen. Very dark of a black, but from a distance it looked like it was a slight shade of green, but it's actually black, charcoal black, gray black, not black, but it still works. I did add like a little bit to the outer corner. Like I said, it could be deeper, but it's not the blackest of the black, and it is a black in the palette, so that works out pretty okay. Now I'm just taking a little bit of my concealer and adding it to the outer corner. And just kind of straightening that up. So for my inner waterline, I took the NYX Slide On Glide On Stay On Definitely a Turn On Waterproof Extreme Shine Eyeliner. It says, this eyeliner is so good, the name had to be this long. No, sis, it didn't. It didn't. This is in the color Esmeralda, however you want to say that. And for my lower line, I'm going to take the shade Corduroy, the green, and smoke out my lower lash line with that. I'm going to take the shade Cheer to just blend out those harsh edges. Just a little bit of that because that one is pigmented. You take the shade Top Story, which is a gold shade, and put that into my inner corner or inner tear duct area, and blend a little bit of that onto my lid. For my lips, I am going to take the Night Moth pencil when I can find it. Yep, I'm gonna take Night Moth pencil, Kylie Cosmetics Court K, which looks like this here. And I'm possibly going to also take the gloss by Kylie Cosmetics in the shade Cupid. So first I'm gonna line my lips. Line my lips. All right, so this is the finished look. I am quite loving the palette. I have to check out the Emily edit because I don't, and I'm not quite subscribed to her yet. Got to check her out, see what her flow is, because she earned herself a collab with Makeup Revolution, so that is pretty stinking dope. And shout out to Makeup Revolution because they are reaching out to smaller YouTubers. There's also another YouTuber that I actually do follow, Makeup by Tammy, and Tammy has her own palette as well, so shout out to her and congratulations. This is a pretty dope palette. The mirror on here is humongous. You have all of your shade names on there as well for the shadows. Like this is a pretty dope palette. I definitely think, like, if you want to get a fall palette, this palette is really good for you. Of course, like, if you ever saw Samantha Randall's video, you guys know that, you know, companies do things for a reason. But you guys, I'm not earning anything from this besides whatever I get from YouTube itself. They don't have any special codes for me. I don't get anything besides I got this, you know, they didn't say review it or anything like that, but they did send this to me for free. Yeah, so if you guys want to check out Makeup Revolution, I definitely do support them. Yeah, that's all I got to say. I'm kind of rambling on, but yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this tutorial.